Good. So my name is Dani Villanueva. I'm a Spanish Jesuit working in Entre Culturas, Fe y Alegría in Spain, and also coordinating this project called, formerly called Jesuit.Network, that now we are trying to switch the name into Jesuit.Network. Me llamo Dani Villanueva, soy el coordinador de Jesuit.Network y trabajo en Entre Culturas, Fe y Alegría, España. We are going to do the webinar in English and Spanish. I tend to think that most of us speak English, but some of us are not comfortable on this language. It's going to be mainly about how to use the website and what is the project about and why this website exists. Very good. So we are going to use as a base for our presentation the page webinar.jesuit.network. This is what you should be, if you enter in that, this is what you should be seeing in this website. So if you browse webinar.jesuit.network, this is where actually you see here we are so many of us, so this is good. And here you have the content of the meeting, that we are going to be trying to mix theory and practice. Si vais navegando a webinar.jesuit.network, esta es la página que veréis y aquí está el contenido. Y como veréis, vamos a ir mezclando práctica y teoría. We are going to have one document that you see here, the link, document for questions and comments. My recommendation is that you open it in a different tab. This so you can have it, and here if you want you can write. You have permissions to edit, to write here, so you can write hello, any question or any comment about the project. So I ask you to keep this tab open. If you want to write any question, please just put your name at the end to know who wrote it, okay? Because we don't have the, so for example, what is this project about? So I encourage you to try. It's a shared document, so be sure you don't delete anything from someone else. But as far as you don't delete anything else, you can write comments in general, reflections, or questions about the project. Just in case you don't want to say it out loud, you can write them here. So este documento que ves aquí es si abrís esta pestañita aquí esto que dice documento para cuestiones y comentarios. Si lo abrís en una pestaña distinta, veréis que aparece este documento en el que tenéis permiso para escribir. Os animo a que si queréis escribir preguntas o comentarios, lo hagáis en este documento. Tened cuidado porque es un documento compartido. No borréis nada que haya escrito otra gente. ¿De acuerdo? You have also a link to the presentation that I'm going to use here. If you want to follow yourself, you can click and see, or I'm going to show my screen also. También tenéis aquí un enlace a la presentación que yo voy a seguir. Podéis usarlo a vuestra bola o esperar que yo voy a ir presentándolo en mi pantalla también. ¿De acuerdo? Okay, so I'm not sure if there is any question, preliminary question. Hello, Anastasia. You know, you have also the chat where you can type questions or any comment that we can read and everybody else can read. So if you don't have any question in the, let me see if I can see the chat here. Okay, Ernesto, Oscar, Tiffany, perfect. Very good. So let's start. I'm going to start with the presentation just to have a quick overview of the project of Jesuit.Network. This project was created in 2012, when we have the first meeting on international networking at Boston College. We have a quick 2 days meeting, the first time that a group of Jesuit and lay colleagues were explicitly talking about international networking in the Society of Jesus. El proyecto empezó en el año 2012 en un encuentro que tuvimos en Boston College, que era la primera vez que nos juntábamos a hablar sobre redes internacionales en la Compañía de Jesús. So after that meeting, we created a document that is being widely used as a reference for Jesuit networks. And after that, given the interest that was created, we generated this web page called Jesuit Networking. Dado el interés que generó ese proyecto, y el documento que creamos al acabar el proyecto, hicimos una página web que se llamó Jesuit.Network. The aim of this initial web was just to follow the different networks that the Society of Jesus was creating at the international level, and also promote the concept of networking at the global level. El interés de esta página era promover el concepto de redes internacionales y el interés que había en colaboración internacional. Remember, we are talking about 2012, 2013, 2014. So on those years, we were being witnessed how in the different general congregations and the different documents of the society, networking was coming up as a recommendation clearly already since 1995. Ya desde el 95, networking se tenía como una real propuesta a la manera de trabajar apostólicamente de la Compañía de Jesús, y está apareciendo continuamente en los documentos en estos años, ¿no? Y I think it's very, very important to recognize the role of GC36 when it expresses exactly that discernment, collaboration, and networking are three important perspectives of our contemporary way of proceeding. I think esto es muy importante, reconocer cómo redes, colaboración y discernimiento han sido reconocidas por la última congregación como elementos clave de nuestra forma de proceder. So networks is basically the structural dimension of the concept of collaboration, and I think both of them are like the conditions of possibility for discernment. Estamos hablando cómo las redes son la estructura básica que favorece la colaboración y cómo las redes y la colaboración se pueden considerar casi condiciones de posibilidad para poder hacer un discernimiento corporativo a nivel internacional. So in 2018, we have a second international conference on international networking. This time was in Boston College. You can see here many faces that I'm sure you are there, or you know people that are there. Tuvimos la segunda conferencia internacional, redes internacionales, esta vez en Georgetown en el año 2018. We also wrote a new document that also was widely accepted. Y escribimos otro documento que fue realmente bien difundido, ¿no? Prophetic Networks was the title. Redes proféticas fue el título. And since then, we have been somehow tracking down and follow up the evolution of the exploding of networks in the Society of Jesus. Hemos seguido la evolución de cómo se han ido creando redes en la Compañía de Jesús. Some of the networks are very classic, that we say this is the ones we are experts in, that are like homologous networks for similar type of institutions, and at conference level, regional level. These are the networks we are good at. Estas son las redes en las que somos buenos, las redes de homólogos, de instituciones similares y a nivel regional. But there are other type of networks like these ones that I'm just putting on the screen right now that are not so classic, that they are international, so they go beyond conference, and they are also intersectorial, beyond one apostolic sector. And these are not as, we don't know as well how to work on these ones. Estas son nuevos tipos de redes que no somos tan buenos en ellas a nivel de Compañía de Jesús, que cruzan sectores y también cruzan conferencias. Son internacionales y son intersectoriales. Y estas requieren también una atención especial y son el nuevo tipo de redes que estamos generando. This is the map that you can see on the website. This is like right now the best map we can have about the international networks linked to the Jesuit mission. You know, here you see around 81 networks. We have invited you, all of you. You received the email to come to this webinar because you are identified as the leader of one of these 81 networks that are part of the Jesuit Network map. This is why you have been invited, if you were wondering why. Okay. Este es el mapa actual que tenemos de las redes internacionales vinculadas a la misión de la Compañía de Jesús. Veis ahí que tienen 81. En este momento hemos identificado 81 redes, y si estás invitado a este seminario es porque tú estás en la lista identificado como uno de los líderes de una de esas 81 redes. Esa es la razón por la que recibiste la invitación. This is another type of map that we have done in Jesuit.Network that is trying to see how in governance link we all are linked to the Father General governance somehow at the Rome level. All the networks should be linked somehow, directly or indirectly, with the central government of the society, or we will not consider them Jesuit networks. Veis aquí la vinculación de gobernanza de todas las redes, directa o indirecta, con la curia general, con el padre general. Si no es así, nosotros no las consideraríamos redes vinculadas a la misión de la Compañía de Jesús. Lo vamos a discutir ahora brevemente, ¿no? So all our project is based on this concept that we really believe that our apostolic body has a dual nature. We know that the hierarchy, we know it so well, but we don't know so well how also there are new structures in our apostolic body that are networks, and not all of them are following the hierarchy in a regular way. This is why sometimes we have confusions and sometimes overlapping of mandates. Nosotros nos basamos en este proyecto en el concepto de que tenemos un cuerpo apostólico que tiene doble naturaleza, jerarquía y redarquía. Estamos muy acostumbrados a la jerarquía, pero también tenemos que admitir que están creándose estructuras de red en el cuerpo apostólico que son agentes apostólicos y que no siempre siguen las estructuras jerárquicas como veníamos haciendo habitualmente. Y por eso muchas veces tenemos la dificultad de encontrarnos con esta como solapamiento de mandatos y a veces confusión, porque tenemos unos agentes apostólicos nuevos en el cuerpo apostólico. We really believe that the future of our apostolic landscape is not in the creation of new institutions, but in the combination of the current ones. Creemos que el futuro del cuerpo apostólico no es crear nuevas instituciones, sino combinar creativamente las actuales, y por eso las redes son tan importantes. That's why networks are opportunities to channel this new culture of collaboration at the international level, and that means new opportunities to develop new apostolic answers. Por eso son oportunidades las redes para desarrollar respuestas apostólicas, ¿no? So all this is, in a nutshell, is to bring you up to date to the importance of a project like this one, because the organizational question has become key on the discernment of the mission. Given the criteria, Ignatian criteria for the discernment of the mission, we need to take into account what are our global potentialities, what does it mean, the more universal good, what are the needs that are not being met by others, so we can understand and discern what can we do together following the Magis principle. That's why the universal apostolic preferences are key in order to understand the potential of networking at the global level. Es importante saber entender que la dimensión organizacional se ha convertido en clave para el discernimiento de la misión, puesto que si seguimos los criterios ignacianos para el discernimiento apostólico, para entender cuál es nuestra potencialidad global, qué significa el bien más universal, qué necesidades nos están cubriendo otros, eso es lo que nos va a dar las claves de qué es aquello, siguiendo el principio de Magis, que podríamos hacer juntos, ¿no? Y ahí es clave la respuesta de las preferencias apostólicas universales, que nos dan el marco apostólico para la construcción de redes. Arturo Sosa has been key on this, and the one who set the framework was Adolfo Nicolás, that's obvious, but Arturo has been key on this idea that I think is quite challenging. He says many times in his talks, we are not asking if our structures are good ones, or if they work well. We are asking if they are the best possible ones for our mission. And that question opens up many different questions for us. Not just if we work in a good way, is that if we have the best structure for the mission. Arturo, pese a que quien estableció el marco para esta universalidad de la misión y las redes fue Adolfo Nicolás, Arturo ha sido muy fino en cómo ha ido planteando las preguntas sobre colaboración y redes en cantidad de sus charlas. Y una de las más retadoras es esta, que no nos está preguntando si nuestras estructuras funcionan bien o si son buenas. Lo que pregunta es si son las mejores posibles para la misión, y eso nos exige o nos lanza a otro panorama totalmente nuevo a la hora de imaginar las estructuras para la misión internacional. So all this is to say we are wiring, as we speak, we are creating structures of collaboration in international apostolic body. We are wiring the apostolic body, and the question is who is doing that, how is being done, why are we doing that way, and where is happening that collaboration. And that is why Jesuit.Network exists. Estamos tejiendo redes, según hablamos, en el cuerpo apostólico ahora mismo. Estamos claramente creando estructuras para la misión, según hablamos, y necesitamos saber quién está haciéndolo, cómo se está haciendo, por qué se está haciendo y dónde está ocurriendo esa colaboración. Y esa es la razón por la que existe el proyecto Jesuit.Network. So, all this, and I'm finishing here, is to say that Jesuit.Network is a space that want to promote and disseminate the networking efforts that the Society of Jesus is doing at the regional and international level. We want to give visibility to the networks, links to the Society of Jesuit Mission, and also we want to encourage collaboration and links between those interested in collaboration and networking. Esta es la razón de ser del proyecto Jesuit.Network, que quiere ser un espacio de colaboración y difusión de los esfuerzos de creación de redes a nivel regional e internacional de la Compañía de Jesús, dar visibilidad a esas redes y conectar a los agentes interesados en colaboración y redes para crear oportunidades para la colaboración. So this is why you get into Jesuit.Network, and what you see is networks everywhere. We think that we have most of the networks that are operating at the regional and international level, not the provincial ones, because that will be exponential. But I think we have most of them. If you have some of them in your conference or you know some of them are not in the list, please let us know, because we have been gathering this information for the last 3-4 years. So I think it's quite complete right now. And the main element of the website Jesuit.Network is exactly this map of networks that now we are gonna work together. Which type of networks are we covering on this website, on this project? Networks of the Society of Jesus that are currently promoting collaboration regional and international level. So it's supra-provincial, not provincial ones, and we consider them Jesuits or link with the Jesuit mission. That means some of the networks we are considering for this project are not directly owned by the Jesuits. So we are not the owners of them, but they are apostolically aligned and apostolically coordinated with us at the conference or international level, so that we consider them, even if they are not properly Jesuits in a strict sense of the word. So with this being said, we are going to go to the first part of the practice of this webinar, and I'm going to encourage you to open the website Jesuit.Network and then go to and check the website, the map, so you can see the different networks that are in the website. I challenge you to click, for example, in a region, for example, in Europe. If you click on Europe, you can see the networks that are in Europe. If you go back, and you can see also you can see also the network, the global networks at the governance level. You click on this, and you see here which ones are understood as networks at this level. You can also use search by name of the network or through a scope or sector. This is another way to look for it. And in each of the networks, if you go to, in each of the networks, you can see, for example, you can see here the Eco Jesuit. If we go to Eco Jesuit, each of the networks has a website, a proper URL, a proper address, where it says the basic information of the network, the contact information of the network. Here, Pedro Walpole is participating in this seminar. Here you have the key elements to the website, Facebook, Twitter, also the RSS link, a description of it. And we will go later on this, but you can see here which stories and which collaboration proposals this network has offered to the Jesuit Network project, okay? You can see this information on any of the networks that we have as part of our project. So I'm gonna I give you like a few minutes so you can browse the website and you can see the map. Click on whenever you want, check the different networks, and hopefully you can find your own network and check if the information that you have is accurate or not, and you can tell us if you have any doubt. I'm not sure if you have any question right now. In the meantime, as I encourage you to go right now to your browser, go to Jesuit.Network. If you want to see it in Spanish, you can click here in the top right side. Si quieres verlo en español, lo puedes ver en la parte de derecha. Ahora os invito a que vayamos a la página web de Jesuit.Network y que podamos ver el mapa de las redes jesuitas. Podemos ver las redes a nivel regional o a nivel de tipología, por ejemplo, cuáles son las redes que están en Estados Unidos. Nos interesa ver aquí veréis todas las redes que están según sectores en Estados Unidos, o podemos ir más allá todavía y decir que queremos ver más bien las redes de CEPAL de todos los sectores, ¿no? Pues aquí veis las redes que tiene CEPAL dadas de alta, que es la conferencia que tiene mayor espacio, mayor volumen de colaboración, ¿no? Veréis aquí cómo tenemos, por ejemplo, aquí Óscar, ves la red Comparte, Flaxi, que también tenemos aquí a gente de Flaxi en la reunión, ¿vale? Aushal, tenemos a gente de Aushal, aquí veis, y cada una de las redes, si clicáis en ella, veréis que tiene un espacio específico en el que se indica sus datos básicos, sus datos de contacto, enlaces a las claves digitales de esa red y también las historias y las propuestas de colaboración que esa red ha lanzado en el ecosistema Jesuit.Network, que ahora lo vamos a explicar. Frank, no sé si hay alguna pregunta tanto en el navegador, en el documento o en el chat, si quieres decirme, y si no, vamos a continuar.
Ahora mismo no hay nada en el chat ni en el documento.
Perfect. If you have any question, you can raise your hand or write in the chat, or you can type in the document of questions and comments. Remember, hopefully you can look for your network, find it, and you can suggest any change that you want to do. Javi Cortegoso está preguntando si va a haber... sí, está Javi, ahora mismo le estamos haciendo a colaboradores todo el mundo, luego no se pueden modificar mucha de la información. En caso de ustedes, probablemente les podamos dar permiso de administradores, pero por ahora vamos a centralizarlo, ¿vale? Vamos a centralizarlo. Susana, si puedes enviar la información mejor vía... escríbelo en el documento para que así quede registrado allí y no lo perdamos en el chat, que va a haber mucha información. So if you have any change, please send it to us through email. Very good. So we are going to keep moving. This is just the first side of Jesuit.Network, that is the network information, okay? So here is what we have. This is the basic element. This is what you need to understand about Jesuit.Network. It's a very basic concept. We have networks. As you see, we have collaboration proposals, the red one, and we have collaboration stories. This is everything we have. Esto es todo lo que tenemos en el proyecto Jesuit.Network y es todo lo que ustedes tienen que entender hoy. Tenemos redes y las redes tienen historias de colaboración y propuestas de colaboración. We have networks and each network can suggest collaboration stories and collaboration proposals. And what we do as Jesuit.Network as a platform is actually to promote this information in a community of network leaders and network weavers. Lo que hacemos en Jesuit.Network es promover esa información de historias de colaboración y propuestas a una red de network leaders y de líderes de redes y de tejedores de redes, de gente interesada en colaboración. So the specific focus of Jesuit.Network is collaboration and networks. This is not Jesuit.global. This is not a corporative website of the Society of Jesus to spread out information. This is a specific angle of our work that is promoting collaboration and networks. So it is aimed to promote information within the network of people interested in this, that are you and many other people that are starting to have this vision of how to create collaboration at the international level. We have around 8,000 people already connected with us, and those are those who receive this information. Es muy importante que entendáis esto. Esto no es el portal Jesuit.global para transmitir información general sobre la Compañía de Jesús a nivel corporativo. Esta es una página que lo que intenta es inyectar información sobre colaboración y redes a el grupo de gente que está dando vueltas, pensando, imaginando y proyectando propuestas colaborativas a nivel apostólico internacional. This is a community of practice about collaboration and networking in the international apostolic landscape. Es una comunidad de práctica sobre colaboración apostólica a nivel internacional. And this is one of the elements that we are promoting as a way of being sure that we can channel properly this culture of collaboration and also the creation of structures that allow that collaboration to happen. So we have networks, that's the first type of object. Now we have collaboration stories. Ahora tenemos historias de colaboración. So each network can create stories about collaboration. So this is the type of information we promote every month in our newsletter. But you need to be very, very careful. What type of stories we promote? Our audience is not the general public, it's those who are passionate about networking, that are creating culture of collaboration at the service of the mission. So the type of narrative we want to promote is not general about our institution, are stories that reflect the potential of collaboration and network for the mission. That means, for example, lessons that you have learned, ideas of collaboration or examples of case studies of collaboration, challenges that you are facing when collaborating, activities or events of special importance from the collaborative perspective, ideas on international collaboration that are worth of being spread out, or anything that can help to contribute to create a community of thought leaders around the power of the networks and the Jesuit mission. This is very important to highlight. Esto es algo que tenéis que tener muy en cuenta, las historias. Las redes promueven historias. Todas las historias están ligadas a alguna de las redes. No hay historias que flotan. Todas son de alguna red. Y lo que tenéis que tener en cuenta es que las historias que nos interesan son las historias que hablan sobre colaboración. Esto no, nuestra audiencia son gente interesada en pensar colaborativamente la misión de la compañía. Por ello, lo que os pedimos no son noticias en general, sino noticias relacionadas con, por ejemplo, la potencialidad de las redes en la misión. Imaginaros, lecciones aprendidas sobre la colaboración. Retos que estáis abordando cuando colaboráis, cosas que no funcionan, casos de estudio sobre ejemplos de éxito o de fracaso sobre colaboración a nivel internacional, actividades o eventos que tienen especial importancia o publicaciones que tienen especial importancia a nivel colaborativo, ¿no? O ideas que creéis que merece la pena difundir. En el fondo, cualquier cosa que nos ayude a crear una comunidad de líderes que piensan con profundidad en estas posibilidades de la colaboración. So now this is a tougher task than before, because now what I'm going to ask you as a practice is actually to create one story. So you can click on the logo and you go back to the home. Hopefully you are logged in. Remember that you have asked you to be logged in through Acceso. Okay, so this is the type of access you can have. I'm gonna do one, and once I'm logged in, I'm gonna ask you to add a news, to send a news. So please go to the pencil and click new entrada or new, I don't know how it says in English. I think it's post, new post, or new news. I don't, because I have it in Spanish right now. Voy a pediros ahora que hagamos una prueba. Please try to think on what is the type of angle that from your network can be interesting for this type of perspective. Remember, this is not a general public type of community. It is focused on collaborative efforts or collaboration initiatives. So probably what it is interesting for us is to know what is your knowledge about the collaborative efforts within your network. What have you learned? So you have new post, say Fran. So please go to pencil and think on that and write your email, the post, some content, choose the network you want to link this news to, and then upload a picture and then submit it. Okay, this is just a test, so it's not going to be published on the website, but it's going to appear for us. Okay, os invito ahora entonces a que vayamos a hacer una práctica que es ir al website, ¿vale? Loguearos y darle a añadir una entrada. Y aquí veis que podéis mandar una noticia, una historia de colaboración al proyecto Jesuit.Network. Y lo que quiero es que penséis en qué tipo de noticia sería interesante para nuestro modo de concebir este website, que no es una noticia en general sobre lo que estáis haciendo apostólicamente, sino más bien es una noticia que hable de aprendizaje sobre colaboración, ejemplos de éxito colaborativo, ejemplos de fracaso, lecciones aprendidas, etcétera, en esa dirección. Os dejo un momentito para que podáis probar a recordar, es bien fácil, tenéis que darle al lápiz y añadir una entrada. So here I can start, for example, from Jesuit.Network, one example can be we have been supporting the Savior Network and the Social Justice Secretariat on this global survey, you know, so for example, global survey on COVID, no? So imagine that I say things about what we have learned on the global survey on COVID. I link it. In this case, I only have this one attached to me, but and I can link to one picture and then submit. And if everything goes right, it will say, probably all of us are doing this at the same time, so it can take a while. Okay, thank you for your submission. Ahora mismo, right now, I have submitted a news, and we are going to be receiving the editors of the website. We are receiving new notifications each time you submit a news to us to be considered. Remember that we send automatically a newsletter every month that goes to all the 8,000 people we have in the newsletter, and we choose the best collaborative stories on that month to be sent out to everybody. So all the news that you send should be linked to a network. Las noticias tienen que estar ligadas a una red. Nosotros recibimos, los editores del website, recibimos notificación cada vez que alguien sube una noticia y elegimos las noticias más importantes colaborativas para que sean enviadas en esa newsletter que sale automáticamente una vez al mes. Y llega a esos 8,000 suscriptores que tenemos. Perfecto. Okay, so hopefully, I'm not sure, Frank, ¿tenemos alguna pregunta? Do you have any question, comment on the website, on the document, or in the chat?
Solo algunas modificaciones que estamos anotando de links, de cambios de presidente y demás.
Okay.
Y están llegando algunos drafts ya a WordPress.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Remember that you can write here in this document. Here we have only the comments. There are no questions yet, but remember, if there is any change we need to do, anything please write it here, because this is going to be for us our roadmap after the webinar in order to update everything that is needed. You have the link on webinar.jesuit.net.
Dani, hay una pregunta interesante, si una entrada en dos idiomas o dos entradas, una en inglés y otra en español, esa es importante.
This is very good, Valeria. So the question is about languages. So right now for this webinar, that is the very basic level of use of the back office, we are going to ask you just to send it in one language, okay? If you have the translation already done, you can put both of them together and then we will do the translation ourselves. But we are going to, in this moment, we are going to use only one, because the difficulty to show you how to do the direct translation is a little bit too complex for today. So right now, please send only in one language, or if you already have the two languages, you can put both together in the same form and send it to us. But do not think on translation right now, because that creates a lot of complexity. So, en este momento lo que han preguntado si un idioma o dos a la hora de enviar noticias, y lo que os pediría es, por favor, enviad solamente en un idioma, ¿vale? Y nosotros haremos la traducción. Yeah, the only attachment you can do is images. I recommend you that if your new is a linking document, you can use always link to the documents on the body of the news. But if you want us to be uploading those documents to the website and linking to them, then we need to do it. Send us an email and we will do it. Okay. Frank has put on the chat the link to the guidelines, blogging guidelines to Jesuit.Network, that it will come with all this information about the number of words, etcétera. Okay, so tenéis los requerimientos de cómo escribir en el blog, los tenéis en un enlace que Frank está poniendo en el link, en el chat. Okay, so if we don't have anything else, I'm gonna move into the next. Is the last stage. Remember, we have three type of objects: networks that create stories of collaboration, and now the other element is collaboration, opportunities of collaboration, offers. Okay, this is very important. Here you have collaboration proposals. This is what we are going to talk now, collaboration proposals. So what is a collaboration proposal? This is an opportunity that my network is creating for others to join me, or in a collaborative event or a collaboration proposal. So this is thought not as a general information, but it actually has a call to action. Okay, so I'm sure you have many of these events around the year, events that you think this can be very important if people from other networks know about it, or maybe they can even join us on this event. So this is the space to promote that link. This is the space for webinars. This is the space for opportunities to collaborate. This is also you don't need to have everything already said. You can even say the opportunity you see and that you are looking for collaboration of that, and then asking who else is interested, and people will receive the email and they will see your idea and maybe they can answer back to you. La tercera de los objetos es las propuestas de colaboración. Las redes ofrecen información y también ofrecen específicas propuestas de colaboración. ¿Qué es una propuesta de colaboración? Una llamada a la acción. No es una información general sobre cosas que yo aprendo, como hacíamos antes, o sobre ideas en general, sino cosas que nos llevan a la práctica, a la acción junto con otros. Estoy seguro que vuestra red tiene eventos de este tipo a lo largo del año, varios, seguro. Ya pueden ser webinars que queréis que la gente se apunte, pero también pueden ser reuniones en las que vais a definir algún proyecto o ideas que estáis pensando y que necesitáis a alguien con quien poder trabajarlas, ¿no? So a collaboration proposal is call to action, opportunities to engage directly with the networks. For example, volunteer proposal, suggestion of participating in campaigns, possible common actions with other networks, webinars and events, suggestions for joint opportunities, specific needs that a network might have. So through this space at Jesuit.Network, you can be sure that your offer is being read by most of the leaders and participants and the key elements of networking at the international level. So una propuesta de colaboración en el fondo son llamadas a la acción. Llamadas a la acción, oportunidades para que la gente se vincule a lo que vuestra red está proponiendo. Por ejemplo, propuestas de colaboración, voluntariados, propuestas de apuntarse a campañas, posibles acciones en común con otras redes, a eventos y webinars que estáis promoviendo, posibilidades de trabajo en común que se os ocurran, específicas necesidades que quizá vuestra red tenga, ¿no? Y aquí es el sitio para poder crear estas... ¿Veis la diferencia entre una historia y una propuesta de colaboración? I hope you see the difference between a story of collaboration and a collaboration proposal. This is very important in order to understand, because this is the space for call to action, to engage with others. If you want to engage with others and have a feedback, or maybe bring people into your action, this is the space, the collaboration proposal. No sé si hay alguna pregunta sobre el concepto. Frank, no sé si tenemos alguna pregunta.
No, simplemente Roberto preguntaba si se van a enviar a los suscriptores esas propuestas por email. Estaba contestando que sí, que van en el newsletter mensual esas historias y esas propuestas.
Perfecto. There is any question more about the concept? Because otherwise we are going to do the practice side of this, and this is let me, Dani prueba. Okay, so you can go now and say add collaboration. Okay, ahora podemos ir en la práctica y añadir colaboración. Add collaboration. Okay, and this is what you have here in your collaboration proposal. Think on this. Now we are not suggesting a piece of news. This is very important. What we are suggesting here is more a proposal for collaborations around something. Imagine that I'm following the same example than before. I want to ask for volunteers in order to help me on the analysis of the global mapping that we have done with Seminario.Network and the Social Justice and Ecology Secretariat. So I can say the goal of our collaboration proposal is say that Seminario.Network together with this have developed this global mapping, and we need help with the analysis and systematization of the information. Okay, I can explain here what we have done. More than 350 organizations, Then I decide, okay, I think this is for Jesuits, this is for alumni, maybe also for youth. I want this to be global in scope, not a regional. I want this to be a social sector, because it's a social, the global mapping is from the social, but maybe I want to go to the higher education people, because probably those are the most expert on statistics. And so maybe I just do it cross-sector in order to be sure that everybody feels and then I choose the network that I'm gonna link this. Okay, so in this case, I could choose it to the Social Justice and Secretariat or Jesuit.Network in project. I'm gonna choose this one. And then what is the need, support, or request? So I'm gonna say that if you are interested in, you are a Jesuit or alumni with background on statistics and social science, please send us an email. This is just a test, so this is fake. I put just our email or a link to a place where you can subscribe. This is the classic space for a webinar, to put the link to subscribing, or for a newsletter, or for a campaigning, etc. So I can put a deadline, so people after that deadline, the collaboration story will disappear or not, and then I can choose an image in order to have a background graphic information of this collaboration. Okay, when everything is done, I will do save, and I send it to the editors. Esta es la propuesta de colaboración. Como veis aquí, tenemos la posibilidad de proponer una llamada a la acción que tiene un objetivo, una descripción. Puedo decidir qué audiencia quiero, en qué scope geográfico está, a qué categoría y sobre todo a qué red la vinculo. Y cuál es la llamada a la acción que hago, a qué vínculo quiero que la gente se inscriba, qué email quiero que mande, etc. These are spaces for collaboration. You see, these are the proposals. Estas son las propuestas de colaboración. For example, the Ecology Webinar Series. So here you have from the Jesuit Conference of South Asia that are also connected to our webinar today. Here you have, this is the goal of the proposal, a description of the people, and the registration link. Okay. So when you receive the newsletter, every month, you see that the collaboration proposals are all together in a different place. You can see here more proposals. Estas son las propuestas de colaboración that la teoría es que aquí se van acumulando todas las propuestas para acción que la colaboración nos propone a los activistas o a la gente que está pensando en crear oportunidades colaborativas a nivel internacional. Por ejemplo, los webinars en ecología. Voy a ponerlo en español, ¿vale? Y aquí aparece la descripción de la propuesta, cuál es el goal, qué es lo que necesitan, dónde me tengo que inscribir, etcétera, ¿no? Y la información clave y el link, the link to the conference, to the network that is promoting this website. You see here the proposal is here, this webinar on ecology. or here you see the stories and the proposal of each network. I hope right now your concept is being formed of the 3 types of information that we manage. You see here general information about the network, in this case the Jesuit Conference of South Asia, then the stories of that conference and the proposals of collaboration of that conference. So with this you have the whole idea of the project. Aquí veis el conjunto total de conceptos que están en este proyecto. El volumen de lo que sería la red, la página de la red donde aparece toda la información y las historias y las colaboraciones, las propuestas de colaboración que propone esa red en concreto. So if you go to the network map and you click on see all of them, here the highlight networks are just random networks that appear. But here, for example, you see CEPAL. Here you have 10 stories and 2 collaboration proposals. This is a very good example of CEPAL, Latin American Caribbean Conference of Provincials, description, all the information. Roberto Jaramillo, as the president, is participating in the webinar. And you see here proposals of collaboration of the CEPAL and also stories. They appear only 3, but you can see here the rest of them because we have so many stories from CEPAL. They are quite active at the collaborative level. Okay, any question? ¿Alguna pregunta? Because this is the most important part of the concept is already explained. This is very simple as far as you have the conceptualization that I think is this page. As far as you understand this, you have the whole concept of Jesuit.Network. All the networks linked to the mission of the society that are promoting stories of collaboration. So we learn together and we know from each other, and also collaboration proposals. So we do things together and we join ideas or we propose concepts to work with others. Esta sería la idea básica, la slide principal de Jesuit.Network, que es promover el concepto de red. Las 81 redes tienen su espacio y también pueden promover historias de colaboración para aprender de unos y de otros y entender y conocer y sistematizar. Y luego la otra parte que es la de las propuestas de colaboración, que es para hacer, para unirnos, para vincularnos, para crear oportunidades de colaboración conjunta. So with this, I think this is the main content of the webinar, and I just wanna open for questions. Here there are more content there is more content in the website. You see that we are also gathering volunteers on the website, on the Facebook groups that we are using sometimes, and also you have all the Jesuit.Network has Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter in order to promote the content. And also you have, I think this is very important, there is a document section where you can see all the main important documents that has been published on Jesuit.Networking since 2012. Este sería el principal contenido del webinar. Ahora vamos a abrir para preguntas. Solo a deciros que aquí también tenemos la propia web está recogiendo continuamente voluntarios en unos grupos de Facebook que utilizamos según convenga. También tenemos Twitter, Facebook e Instagram, y hay una sección de documentos que creo que es bastante importante, en la que aparecen todos los documentos que han sido publicados hasta la fecha, los más importantes, vamos, sobre las redes jesuitas internacionales, sobre el concepto de redes jesuitas internacionales desde el año 2012. So this is it for now, and I want to open now. We still have like 7 minutes for questions and answers.